Welcome to the Orbital Drop Shock podcast. I am Jared.
And I'm Sergeant Ladd.
That's a lowly rank. So, what we're talking about today is your boy happened to have gotten a code, that, thanks to a longtime friend of the show, Logan, to play the Halo Infinite beta, and Ladd is going to interview me about it.
Yes, that's right. Here we go. Okay, so how on earth did you even manage to get a beta code access?
All right, so what happened is that Logan got the he's a member of the Insider program. So he got he played both because they did it 3 times. He played both. He played the 2 previous betas, and then at the end of number 2, they gave him a key to like share with a friend, and the friend can play it. So he sent that to me.
Oh, sweet. Okay, and follow-up question: how come you didn't give a code to me when
they didn't give me one? They didn't give me one.
Also, I don't have an Xbox, so it's okay.
You have a PC.
Oh, that's true. You could have given me one. All right. Anyway, next question. What was your overall experience? Just like, big first-time impressions of the gameplay. I mean,
the load times were like criminal, but I get it's because it's an in progress build. I get that. So I was like, okay, I'll take this. They basically, first off, the default controls are changed, which was so jarring because now if you stick with the default controls, they still have the ones that I use, the recon configuration. But if you stick with the recon controls, the left trigger aims down your gun. It doesn't like throw a grenade.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of, I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah. And I liked how a lot of the models for the guns were like from a lot of different like Halo games. Like they had the Reach Assault Rifle, the classic battle rifle. I did get a chance to try out the new guns. Like I tried out the Bulldog shotgun, which is like a rapid fire shotgun. And I got a couple of kills with that. That was fun.
Nice. A
lot of the new guns feel great.
What game mode did you actually do in the beta?
I only got to play what's called Big Team Battle, which but basically what it is, it's Slayer, but with more players.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Man. So what do you think of the art style, like compared to previous?
It's a hybrid of the previous Halo games. Like they restored the art design for the Pelican, which I like. Like I said, they have a lot of gun designs that basically straddle the line between 343 and Bungie era. The armor for Chief obviously is kind of a hybrid, but it's more so in the Bungie era.
I see. That's pretty cool. So do you feel like they're really drawing on a lot of classic Halo elements?
Well, yeah, because that was one of the things that people were like really complaining about in 4 and 5 because they felt like they just threw out the art style from the previous games that everyone grew up loving. So I could definitely see that they're taking that to heart.
It's pretty cool. So the one question I was going to ask you, but you already told me before, you didn't get to try out the Grapple Gun, did you?
I had it equipped. It's just I got killed before I could actually use it. But you can shoot a grapple and pull. What you could do, I saw videos on this. First off, you can grab things and pull them to you, but you can throw fusion coils now, so you can pick up those exploding barrels and throw them at people.
Really?
I'm like, yes. And then you can grapple them and pull them to you and throw them. You can grapple guns. You can board a vehicle by grappling onto it, and then it'll launch you in the boarding animation.
That is so cool. Okay.
So basically, we're Spider-Man now.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, the grapple is an interesting idea to add to Halo. Unfortunately, see, I died because I was trying to be Spider-Man. So in the middle of a battle, I'm like walking up to I'm trying to walk to a wall so I can grapple, but I got killed before I could do it.
Oh, really?
I'm like, no.
Oh man, rip. Man. Okay, so you saw that. What map were you playing on?
I have no idea what the map was named. It's a new map.
A new map. Okay.
which I liked. So it was like, okay, in the beta, they're trying out some of the new maps.
Mm-hmm. And so what do you think of like the gameplay? You know, you were playing a Slayer, but like, you know, was it fast paced? Did it feel like, you know, too
very
slow?
Fast paced. Like, oh man, very fast paced. You have to have fast ass reflexes, bro, because really? It's like, obviously they have a lot of different mobility enhancements, hence with sprint or the grapple guns, you're like constantly like head on a swivel is the real thing. You got vehicles flying at you. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's like run and gun, boys, run and gun.
Yeah. Yep. That's funny. Oh, man. So you've seen some of the multiplayer gameplay and you actually got to try it out. What do you think the story mode and from what you've seen so far of, you know, the story, the single player campaign? I believe that they said it was open world. What are your thoughts on some of that?
All right, so open world Halo. It's existed since Halo 1 because the maps are so freaking huge.
Yeah.
On any campaign operation, and you can just basically free roam. There are some that try and push you, like in a few of the timed missions. Lad enjoyed the timed mission for Halo 1, the time final mission in the Warthogs, where I basically just left him behind. But anyway, I like the idea of them actually making it open world. In other words, you can deal with encounters anyway, because the only time they ever really did that really well was ODST, where basically they just dropped you in the middle of New Mombasa and said, okay, do these in any order you want. You're all good.
So, yeah, because when we played it, I remember that like the levels are so large and it really almost does feel like a whole world on its own, but now they actually make it like with an open, you know, where it really is all unlocked like that. That's pretty interesting and kind of crazy. I wonder how it's gonna actually feel when you play through it. Like, if it's gonna be more fun, or it's gonna be a little.
It's definitely gonna be more fun because the load times will be shorter.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna be really cool. I hope there's like more achievements and stuff you can find like on the map, like unlock and stuff.
Yeah, like Easter eggs and stuff. I'm sure there will be. I'm sure there. I hope that they bring back the ability of you to find skulls, because in MCC they just give them to you, basically. And same thing with Halo 5, where part of the fun of skulls was you had to find them. And what skulls are is basically when you find them, they unlock little cheat codes for the game. Like there's ones where it's like Halo 2, we have infinite ammo. Halo 1, we have the ability that when you kill a grunt, they explode like a grenade.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. There's one where if you die, you restart the entire mission.
Man, I wonder what new like styles we can find in the story mode. Like what, because obviously there's an escape while the time's running out, or there's like a sneaking mission, or a combat in space mission. What new like gameplay we can see in the story mode? Because they're really going to try to go all out with this, and obviously they took another year to develop it, and there's still a couple things that are left hanging, but I don't know.
I think we'll definitely, because I know that from the trailer, it looks like there's going to be a scene taking place in outer space, like from the very first teaser trailer, and we'll be using the grappling hook in 0G, which I am so excited for.
Yes, that looks so good. I saw that part. That looks really good.
I'm like, oh yes, thank you. I was like, that would be a wasted opportunity to not let you use a grapple hook in 0G, man.
Right. Boy. So what are some of your predictions for the fan base's reaction to the new Halo game? Because it's coming out like December 11th or so.
Based on what I've seen, I think it should be making people pretty happy. I mean, already people are saying that they like what they see. 343 is bringing back a lot of the stuff that people like from the previous movies, like with Chief's armor. It's basically Halo 3. Mm-hmm. Which people liked. they're taking to heart a lot of the criticism they got from the previous games, like again with art style, with gameplay. Like they made the gameplay a little too much like Call of Duty in 4 and 5, which I get it that was the trend, but it's not a good trend to follow. I hate when they do that.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah.
Now I will say, so the customization in this game, I have some thoughts on that, some mixed thoughts. So you can't individually customize the colors on your armor. What you do is you unlock shaders, and if you play Destiny, you know what those are. But basically, they're like preset color combinations, which I guess that's okay. But I'm like, oh, I like to be able to do it myself.
Right.
Now, for customizing your character, you can give him 4 prosthetic limbs.
4 robotic limbs?
Actually, what you could do is you could give him a prosthetic hand if you just wanted to give him a prosthetic hand. That's it. Okay. Or you can give him the entire arm up to the elbow. And the same thing with the legs.
That is pretty crazy. So
you can go that's dope.
You can do a full robot then?
Not full robot because you still have the body part, but I know what you're saying. Yeah, you can basically do that.
Anakin.
Full Anakin. Yeah, you can go Darth Vader.
What did it look like? Did you actually see it when you did that, or?
It doesn't look like Darth Vader. Let me put it that way. It looks like it doesn't look like like what you're thinking. It looks like what you would imagine a military robot prosthetic would look like.
Oh man,
the military is not that stylish. Trust me.
Rip. That's really cool. That is really cool.
Yeah, I like how, like, I'm going to share my screen. One of the armor abilities, and Lad, you're going to love this, you could deploy a shield wall.
Oh, I could really use something like that.
Yeah, because you die so often. And you can shoot out of it, but we can't shoot into it, I think.
Oh, I need that, actually.
Yeah. All right. So here's an example of a shader that I actually like, because they basically allow you to be the dude from Mass Effect because it's like the red arm. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Here's an example of the robot arm.
Oh, okay.
And then you can customize the shape and color of your artificial intelligence.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
I just want Jarvis or Siri.
You could probably have that. Here's a new gun. I think that this is an energy rifle. I didn't exactly get to use like all the new guns, unfortunately, but I don't know. Okay, so here it is. Look, the red arm. That's the Mass Effect guy.
Oh, okay.
It looks like it, at least.
Yeah. This is nice.
And they have a few armor designs from the previous games, but mostly it looks like they're doing a hybrid approach.
Right. No, this looks great. Do you think this is pretty faithful? Like, you enjoy this classic style?
I like it. I'm not sure how the fans are going to react to it, but I like it. They actually made the default armor look cool. This is the default armor you get.
All right.
Yeah, that
is nice. I like the small updates they've done over the years. That looks good.
You can customize like your knees, your legs, there's so much more customization in this game. It's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
You can customize your visor color. You can customize your shoulder pads, your logos, your emblems. It looks really, really, they put a lot of work into it. You can put skins on your guns.
Oh, okay.
They went back to the original design for the Scorpion tank. They changed that to Halo 4. In Halo 4. So they went back to like more of this look for it. As opposed to this.
That's a nice style.
Yeah, I liked it, but they went back to the classic one, which I kind of like a little more now that I think about it. That was the problem with, all right, here's the new Banshee. Because all the Covenant vehicles are going to be red because this is not the Covenant we're fighting. It's called the Banished. They're basically a splinter group that we fought in Halo Wars 2.
Okay, so because that's why we're starting to see some of the Covenant again, right?
That's why that's why the Covenant looks vastly different than they did in previous games. Why there's no like purple and why everything's so red and like up armored.
Right. That's interesting. So we know that the Banished, they're called the Banished, right? Or
yeah, the Banished.
The Banished what's his name? Atrocity still?
Yeah, he's a Red Lantern. No, his name is Atriox.
Atriox, that's what I'm thinking.
It's one of those things. So you were close enough.
Yeah, Atriox there. Did he survive Halo Wars 2? Is he?
Yeah. He lived.
I see. So we have him in the Covenant splinter group, the Banished, running around here.
This is Atriox.
Let's see. Okay, yeah. I remember I never got the game, but they did really great promotional for the Halo Wars 2 that I was like...
The used car salesman?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Plus, you can watch all the movies, the cutscenes on YouTube as one movie.
Oh, that's sick.
That's the thing about Halo Wars is that they do kind of flow well into a movie.
So where we left off with, didn't the Covenant make like a peace pact with the, UNSC,
and that was post Halo 3. Halo 4, there was an extremist group of Covenant called the Storm Covenant, led by an elite named Jul Mandama. Anyway, we killed him in Halo 5. And then that Covenant collapsed, and then in its wake, they retconned in Halo Wars 2 that the whole time there was this group called the Banished, and they were just like off doing their own thing. They broke off from the Covenant because Atriox didn't like how his people were being treated, so he like recruited a bunch of mercenaries. They got a crap ton of Covenant supplies and set up base on the Ark, which is a facility to fire Halo rings. It doesn't do that anymore in this game, thank God. Yeah, that's basically, and then at the end of Halo 5, Cortana and the AIs are taken over. So that's kind of the context around which this game is taking place.
So we have in Halo 5, we have the Banished splinter group of the Covenant, and then we also have the AI, like some sort of robot revolution, AI revolution.
Skynet,
yeah. We have that going on, and what is Halo is not Halo. Master Chief, is he being hunted anymore by the rest of the Spartans, or is that done?
That's done. That is done. That is done. I think they have more things to worry about when Cortana is going crazy. But what's interesting in this, in one of the trailers, I think it was like the one before this, where they show the grapple arm in space, they have Chief interacting with a new AI, and apparently, so she had purged Cortana, so it could be that Cortana's dead and she's the new AI.
Okay.
Because reportedly, that's why they went to that Halo ring, was to take out Cortana, because the post-credit scene for Halo Wars 2, I sound like a Marvel fan, is Cortana's Guardian robot ship showing up at that ring.
Okay. Maybe. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. It's a lot of really interesting stuff happening.
So I remember. So there are still Halo rings out there. I thought they destroyed most of them.
No, they were decommissioned, not like destroyed.
They should have destroyed them.
They should have, but as scientists, they wanted to study them. Considering, guess what? Every Halo ring has on it a localized group of Flood that the Forerunners were studying.
Really? You always keep finding more Flood on them?
On every ring, because the Foreigners were always studying, which is stupid considering it's the freaking Flood.
Yeah, that sounds really dangerous to even keep around, because if that gets out, it could just destroy the entire galaxy, basically.
Yeah, it could. Which is why in Halo 2, when the Flood got out, you know how the Covenant dealt with that? They burned the planet's surface until it was glass.
Oh man. So is Master are we have I saw from the trailer that we're seeing a lot more Spartans. Have they just started a whole new like regular recruitment for Spartans, or how's that going?
They started that in Halo 4. Basically, the whole idea in 4, they did the whole kidnapping kids thing. And the whole augmentation process had advanced so they don't have to kidnap kids. So they started saying, all right, anyone in the special forces who wants to sign up to be a Spartan? And like every special forces hand went up because the Spartans are legends. So now what we're seeing are actual human soldiers.
Human soldiers, and then what, they inject them with like a
all the augmentations and all that stuff because it's developed to that point. And then and there's none of the psychological trauma of being a kid and in pumped full of drugs.
I see. So there's a lot more Spartans around, and you know, we have a couple like Locke's team, right? The
Locke's team, Fire Team Osiris.
Okay.
It's to the point where the Spartans now are their own branch of the armed forces.
That's really cool. So we have a lot of different storylines that I wonder which way it's going to go. Because we saw Master Chief, in space with that one dude, and he's also on the planet exploring. It seems more mysterious, like what's going on. They're kind of keeping tight wrap on what storyline could be there.
Well, they kind of teased it in the gameplay trailer that they played, where basically the UNSC lost against the Banished, and Chief is trying to like rebuild everything.
Wait, really? Is that what they did? They really tease that?
Yeah, and then even in the trailer where he's in the Pelican with that pilot, he basically goes, okay, so what happened? And then the pilot says, we lost.
Oh, that's right. Now I remember that. How could they?
And then you see there's like a gaping hole in a Halo ring.
How did they lose with all the new Spartans and everything?
The Banished is significantly more dangerous than the Covenant, bro.
Really?
Oh my! To the point where this is an actual line from Halo Wars. Are you ready? When they introduce the Banished, the AI that our characters rescue goes, okay, so during the Covenant War, the Covenant had two enemies, us and Atriox. They almost got us. With Atriox, and I'm sorry, I did not mean to flip you the finger. I just was right there. But with Atriox, they never came close. Really? All the might of the Covenant at the height of its power could not lay a dent in Atriox.
Wow. Okay. So, okay. Are you okay with them continuing to use the Covenant, or do you want them to move on to new characters, or is that okay?
Well, the Covenant are kind of iconic to Halo, so I get why they're doing it. I like how they're adapting it to like they do sort of change it. Like they changed the designs of the Covenant in Halo 4. I know a lot of people didn't like that. I liked it. I thought it was pretty dope because I get what they're trying to do. In Halo 4, they were doing it where the Covenant's fallen after Halo 3, and they're starting to become more desperate. That's why they look more like pirates. Where the ones in this, they look more armored up like a military because the Banished are an actual splinter military of the Covenant.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's really good then. I like that. I wonder how Master Chief Johnny is gonna fix everything.
Johnny. Yeah, I'm wondering that myself because I'm like, I don't know, dude. The odds are kind of against you on this one.
Yeah.
Never tell me the odds.
He's just one soldier, and if he's got me as his sidekick, he's definitely not gonna make it.
He'll get a grenade stuck to his head.
Yeah, I was like, I made defeat Master Chief. All right.
You managed to kill Master Chief, and the Banished are like, hey, well done. Boom.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. The Chief has dealt with these odds before, so I have full faith that he'll be able to do it. Now, what I'm wondering is that they think this is gonna be the last game with the Chief, so I wonder if they'll kill him.
Wait, really? Did they say that?
They kind of implicated it because I think the next Halo game is gonna be like a Forerunner era game.
Oh, that would actually be really cool to do like in the past.
Yes, which is gonna show basically the first encounter with the Flood, which, by the way, the Flood are basically corrupted versions of the race that made the Forerunners.
The precursors.
Precursors, yeah. What happened is that the Forerunners overthrew the precursors. The precursors went into like suspended animation, and they got corrupted and turned into a powder. And the powder are those Flood spores.
I hate it when that happens.
I hate when I get some precursor on my pizza.
Yeah, it's like, tasty. Oh. That's really cool. I'd be really hyped if they do like something in the past, like prequel era, because it would make things a lot, get rid of some of the baggage of the storyline, go into new characters, go into the past, and just show that stuff from like 20 years ago they start hinting at in Halo 1.
Yeah, I've always felt that they should have done like a prequel game that takes place during because there's so much story there that no one knows about. They wrote some books on it, but there's only so much that you can do with books.
Right.
By the way, I read like the first book, and they actually give like the origin for Guilty Spark, the fact that he's actually an ancient human.
Oh yeah, that's right. You told me about that when we were playing it.
Yeah, and Lad was like, "Wait, really?"
Yep. Yeah, we finished Halo Reach, and we finished Halo 1.
So now he's on the best Halo game of all time.
On Halo 2. So that's gonna be pretty cool. We're like near the beginning of Halo 2, but I'm working my way slowly through it. Everyone, don't worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Well, and then okay, so let me ask you this, Lad. All right, as someone that's played through Halo Reach and 1, what do you think so far of the storyline?
Oh, I've really enjoyed it. It's really cool. I love that it's a little bit sci-fi, but it's not Star Wars or Star Trek. It has its own unique flavor, and it feels very, it does feel like you're always on the run. Like you feel like you're scared, even though you have all this advanced tech. You always have some dangerous threat around you, like zombies,
like the flood in the library.
Yeah, exactly. There's always something going on. It's really great.
I played through the library easily a dozen times. That mission is no more fun for me.
Really?
I'm always like, oh crap, I gotta get through this one now.
Oh boy.
Really no. But so is there any one of the two that you think is your favorite?
Ooh, man. I really enjoyed a lot of the levels in Reach, but I also really so far enjoyed, the original Halo game. Those were really nice levels when we were navigating through the snow train and battling enemies. It always felt different. It never felt like I was like, oh, it's just another level where we have to defeat enemies. It always felt special. I don't think I could really rate one above the other so far. I just really enjoyed both of them. I loved it.
That's what made Halo so unique back then, because back then an FPS was just you're going down a bunch of corridors and turning through hallways. That's it. But the minute, that's why Halo was so perfectly made. It starts off and you're in the Pillar of Autumn. You're flying, you're going through the ship. You're like, okay, this is standard FPS. And then you get out of that escape pod, and then the world is your oyster pretty much. And you're like, right. Oh, this is new.
Yes. No, it's really cool. I love the vehicle flying. It's pretty great to do with two people because you guys go on mission together, help each other, or you can betray each other. And we've had some times when a little betrayal happens.
We've had more than times. Don't make it sound like it's a rare occurrence, lad.
What's funny is the last time we hung out, you actually attacked me more. Like you did a lot more betrayals. I've taken you to the dark side of the force, and now you were like, I'm gonna get lad.
I do the same thing to Tyler when we're playing. All of a sudden, I'll just melee him in the back of the head or stick him with a grenade. He's like, Jared, what are you doing?
Listen, it's not my fault that when they spawn back in, when I come back in, I'm like attacking, I'm pressing the button, I'm ready to go, and
he melees me as I come back in front of him and just melees me in the back of the head again. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Why do I die? And I look and see Lad, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, or you're just walking down the hall, and then you just hear me yell, "Oh no! Watch out! I put a grenade on the ground!" And then
I'm like, "Oh no!" All right, Lad. Who is your favorite character so far?
Ooh, favorite character so far. I really Master Chief, I guess, for now. He's the only character that I really have remembered. I like the captain from Halo 1. Was it Cutler or Captain Cutler?
No, Captain Cutter's from Halo Wars 1. This is Captain Keyes. And by the way, there is the entire team from Halo Reach, Noble Team.
Oh, right. Yeah, Noble Team was really good until they sadly died.
Yeah, I love how like you spend half the game bonding with these soldiers, and then one by one they're picked off.
Right. I like the girl with the robot arm was the standout character. I liked her. She was cool.
Yeah, she was cool.
And the leader, he had a good personality that felt different than Master Chief.
What's interesting about that team, lad, is that team, they did not train, they did not come in the program at the exact same time, because they're Spartan 3s, and Spartan 3s were basically the expendable Spartans. What they did, they had like 4 companies of Spartan 3s. They had Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and Gamma. I know that's more than 4, but bear with me. What they did,
right.
So during training, the head of the Spartan 3 program, who was a former Spartan 2, Kurt 051, he assembled basically the Avengers, the best in each company, and put them on a team and called them Noble Team. And then they got Mjolnir armor. Not all the Spartan 3s got Mjolnir armor. What they got was cheap-ass body armor, basically.
I see.
Because remember, they were supposed to be more cost-effective.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, all right, we're going to throw all these guys at the Covenant and hope they at least delay them. But with Noble Team, they were meant to be that tier 1 type Delta Force like team. That's why there's so few of them operating together.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what's interesting, I think I've told you this before, but remember that Halo 2 is going to give you also the war from the Covenant's perspective.
Right. I support our troops.
You'll really like this.
Troops.
Oh, man.
And I have always said that it was wrong to kill the Covenant people, and that it's
you kill us way more.
Well, okay. Actually, I can't argue with that. You have completely, Your Honor, I plead guilty.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
But the Covenant, they're just friendly people going around, and I always try to make peace treaties with them, but they try to attack me anyway. And then I try to stop Jared from attacking these friendly Covenant people, and then all of a sudden I get in trouble with the chief. Well, I guess you're the captain or the admiral.
I'm the actual chief.
Right. And I just try to bring my opinions to the table when we're playing. I just ask for permission to speak freely, and I ask for input. And the leader here, he always denies my requests and just continues on.
Because I'm being freaking shot at. That's why.
What? You don't have to be so rude about it. He's such a rude commander. He could say, "Yes, lad." You don't have to say it in such a gruff, mean tone.
Yes, lad. I get it. Well, of course, I'm not going to say yes. I'm like, you're done. You're good. You're good. Your opinions don't matter compared to mine, lad.
What about when I park? What about I love driving the not the Mongoose, but the Jeeps are really great.
Warthog.
Warthog. That is, you are not safe when I get into the Warthog.
Yeah, I get rammed many times by this guy.
Listen, you hit me more times in the Warthog.
Because you keep walking in front of my Warthog.
You drive into me. I'm gonna sue you anyway.
Well, anyway. So back to Halo Infinite. So is this a particular project you'd be interested in checking out?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna come over to your place and watch you do the story mode or do some multiplayer.
Yeah, because it's not coming immediately with split screen multiplayer, but that just comes with it's not ready yet, and they want to be able to release it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll just watch along for that.
If you get a good gaming PC and a Microsoft account, we can actually play.
Yeah, I forgot. Do they have crossplay and stuff now with PC?
Yep.
I think they're okay. Sweet. Yeah.
I play PC, people.
Yeah. I may get my upgrade. I'm hoping around Black Friday maybe to pick up something. If I do, then yeah, I can pick it up also, and we'll do it like that.
Yeah, it should be really good.
That's really high. Yeah.
Let me put it this way. I am so as a guy that's been playing Halo since like 2007, I am extremely pumped up for this game. Like, it feels like a classic Halo game, even when you play it, despite the fact that it's buggy as hell because of its status as a beta game, which you go into betas and you're like, you have to expect there'll be some glitches and stuff.
Right.
I mean, I knew this going in because I had played the beta for Reach and a little bit of 5, so I'm familiar with the fact that's not done yet. But going through it, I could definitely see where they were. I think they've taken off the part where the Warthog's turret overheats, which I think was dumb as hell.
Yeah.
Because I know is that I'm in the gun and this dude's driving and he drives me right into the enemy team. So I'm like, not even overheating.
Yep.
I do know also when you spawn in vehicles, a pelican will show up and actually drop off the vehicle.
For some reason, I just imagined like a bird because I didn't know that was the name of the thing. At the second,
the drop ship is called the Pelican, lad.
The drop ship, yeah.
What you should know about Halo is that 99% of the UNSC vehicles are named after animals.
Okay, got it.
There are a few of them that aren't, but most of them are.
Are we ever getting a Halo game that's like Halo Peace or something like that? It's like when there isn't people like going crazy.
It's just at a temple and they're playing the chant music like oh.
No, not that. Not that's boring. But you can still explore and adventure. But there's no more of the terrorists. There's no more of the Covenant attacking. The Flood isn't attacking. When they finally like have some peace going on?
They have that. It's called No Man's Sky.
Oh man.
Basically, that's what that game is.
I guess either way, if you and I are both alive in the Halo universe, there will never be peace.
Oh yeah. Even if it's like a peaceful part of the game, he'll just chuck a grenade and go, I'm sorry. I moved the controller and the grenade trigger got caught on the ground. This is an actual excuse he gave me.
I love it. Well, when things get a little boring, I decide to spice things up. Sometimes I'll just like act like I've gone crazy and start shooting at you, and then you just
he'll just start shooting everywhere. And the best part, he chooses to do these during stealth missions.
Yeah,
so like, okay, so I have a sniper rifle. I'm coming up on this hill. I'm like, okay, lad, on 3, we're just gonna. Then all of a sudden, I hear, ah! Not even hitting the enemy. You're just aiming in the air, like, ah! I'm like, dude, and I'm like, oh god.
Oh boy,
I know who I'm killing as soon as this bad battle ends. Is what I normally say.
I'm really hyped for Halo Infinite. I've had a lot of fun playing Halo, even though I've never played them when I was a kid, and I just got into it like about a year ago from you. I've really enjoyed it. It's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of good stuff in it.
It's really fun, particularly if you get like four people together for a good multiplayer match.
Yeah,
that's what. Particularly with Tyler, because for those of you that don't know, when Tyler used to play pro Halo, and when you kill him in Halo, let's just say he sounds like he belongs in the chat room for Call of Duty.
Oh boy.
You're familiar with those chat rooms, right, lad? You've heard of them.
I'm aware.
Isn't that kind of what Tyler seems like when he dies?
Sometimes he's not too bad, honestly. He does get pretty animated, but he gets
pretty animated. Yeah, that's true. Although if you kill him too much, he loses his composure. He starts to go crazy. He starts to laugh crazy, like yes. Yeah, Tyler can be pretty crazy at Halo. But even here's a text. So I told him that I was going to be playing the Halo Infinite beta, and he's like, "Oh my gosh, you a-hole!"
Yeah, that's super hype.
And then he goes, "Okay, I'm trying to find the actual text. He goes, "Stop effing teasing me. Either you invite me over, or I'm gonna come over and take it from you."
Oh man.
And I'm like, well, the beta just ended, bro. So too late.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like that's a good place to leave it. Unless you have any other questions for me, Lad, about the Halo Infinite beta.
No, it sounds really hype. Yeah, I'm glad we got that little interview out of the way, and I got to learn some cool stuff about it. We discussed the storyline. We got some fun experiences, and we're just getting hyped for the new game and grappling gun. I really want to use the grappling gun.
I could see you not even engaging in battle, just swinging around the map like Spider-Man, and then going Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That'd be so
this is
good.
Good. Yeah, we're 2 months away. December 8th, I looked it up. So 2 months for the new game. It's going to be really cool and brand new Halo experience.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten a new actual. Normally, like once every 3 to 4 years, when they get an actual main title, an actual numbered Halo game, an actual continuation of the Chief story.
Yep, it's gonna be good. So, maybe we'll finally see what Master Chief looks like under the mask.
At this point, I don't really care because it's more like they don't show the face, so we could like put our face on that character.
Right.
Which I get. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, and we got the Halo TV show to look forward to because that's still coming out, I think.
Yeah, they really need to expand the universe. Like, it'd be so great to see like a 8-episode, Halo TV show, kind of like the Falcon Winter Soldier or Loki or some of those HBO Max shows we're gonna see for DC. Like, Halo needs to have an expanded universe with like live action TV show or an animated series. It's just so much good material that they've already explored in the books and comics that there's no reason we shouldn't be getting like Star Wars, where it gets this whole expanded universe built up.
Yeah, there should be more of an expanded. So it won't debut until 2022. So we're getting that in 2022.
Okay. Not too long.
So all right, at least I know it's coming out.
Right.
I just want a freaking trailer. This is the first time we've gotten a Halo series that's not like a promotional movie for one of the games. It's a TV show.
Right.
But yeah, so we have that to look forward to. We'll be bringing more Halo content now that Halo has gotten back in the news. I just took a long break from it because there wasn't much going on.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. So we will see you this week for Under Two Capes. All right, everyone. Have a good week. We'll see you guys later.
See ya.